Apple, Samsung, and Google, three technology giants locked in a fierce battle for supremacy. We're used to seeing them as sworn enemies, each trying to outdo the other. But what if there's more to this rivalry than meets the eye? What if these three brands have a secret alliance, a hidden bond that keeps them together despite their public differences? Well, in today's video, we're going to lift the lid on this secret alliance and reveal how Apple, Samsung, and Google secretly need each other. Let's start with hardware dependencies. While Apple is known for producing its own chips, Samsung has an upper hand in certain components like OLED displays and memory chips. In fact, Samsung is Apple's sole supplier of OLED displays for iPhones. This means that if Samsung stops producing OLED displays, Apple would be in trouble because they wouldn't be able to offer OLED displays on their phones anymore. Not only that, but Samsung also supplies Apple with crucial memory chips. These chips are used in a variety of iPhone functions, from processing user inputs to enabling the phone's artificial intelligence features. If Samsung were to stop providing these chips, it could significantly disrupt iPhone performance. This dependence creates a strong incentive for both companies to maintain a good relationship. It ensures that both Samsung and Apple remain reliable partners, fostering a sense of interdependence that goes beyond just business. But the story doesn't end there. Let's now delve into software partnerships. Most Samsung devices run on Google's Android operating system, making Google a key player in the Android ecosystem. This means that Samsung relies on Google to provide software updates and security patches. If Google decides to pull support for Samsung devices, it could create instability issues and security vulnerabilities that could harm Samsung's reputation. On the flip side, Google benefits from this partnership too. By having its Android OS on Samsung devices, Google gains access to a vast user base which helps them gather user data and improve their services. Moreover, Google's Android Studio, which is used by app developers to build apps for Android devices, heavily relies on Samsung's hardware for testing. Samsung devices offer a wide range of hardware specifications, screen sizes, and features, which makes them an ideal platform for testing the compatibility and performance of apps. Without Samsung's hardware, app developers would face challenges in ensuring that their apps function properly across different devices, leading to potential compatibility issues for users. So, this mutual dependence between Samsung and Google fosters a strong incentive for both companies to work together. It ensures that Google receives the hardware support it needs for its software development ecosystem, while Samsung gains access to crucial software updates and security patches. Now let's talk about the cold hard cash, financial deals. Google pays Apple over $20 billion annually to be the default search engine on the iPhone. This means that even if Apple develops its own search engine, Google can still be the default option on Safari. This dependency gives Google a safety net, reducing the risk of losing users and revenue if Apple decides to prioritize its own search engine. On the other hand, Apple benefits from this deal as well. They receive billions of dollars every year from Google, giving them a steady stream of revenue that contributes to their bottom line. Plus, they don't have to worry about developing and maintaining their own search engine since Google handles that. This financial aspect of the relationship creates a powerful incentive for both companies to keep working together. It ensures that Google remains invested in the iOS ecosystem, offering a stable search solution for Apple's users, while Apple enjoys a lucrative revenue stream without the burden of managing a search engine. Moving on to innovation collaboration, we've seen the two rivals join forces to develop RCS messaging, a more advanced messaging standard that aims to replace the outdated SMS and MMS protocols. By collaborating on this project, Apple and Google are working towards a common goal: improving the messaging experience for users. This cooperation breaks down barriers between their platforms, benefiting not just iPhone users, but also Android users who interact with iMessage users. But the benefits go beyond just messaging. Both companies are also working together to enhance cross-platform features. For example, they're improving the ability for iPhone users to view and interact with content shared by Android users and vice versa. This includes seamless sharing of photos, videos, and documents. Additionally, they're working on better integration of voice and video calling between the two platforms. This collaboration reduces compatibility issues and improves the overall user experience for those who use different devices, fostering goodwill and encouraging continued cooperation. So, this focus on innovation and cross-platform compatibility serves as a strong incentive for Apple and Google to maintain a close relationship. It ensures a better user experience for everyone, driving satisfaction and potentially opening up new avenues for collaboration in the future. Next, we need to discuss supply chain reality. Despite their public competition, Apple and Samsung actually cooperate behind the scenes when it comes to hardware. Apple relies on Samsung's manufacturing capabilities for certain components and products. For example, Apple's AirPods and some of their older models like the iPhone SE still utilize Samsung components such as the microphone and battery. This dependency on Samsung's manufacturing prowess shows that Apple recognizes the South Korean giant's expertise in certain areas. Furthermore, Apple and Samsung are both major players in the chip manufacturing industry. They've made significant investments in chip design and production, often competing for market share and technological supremacy. But this competition is also a source of motivation and pressure for both companies to innovate and improve their chip offerings. The rivalry drives them to push the boundaries of what's possible in chip technology, leading to better performance, efficiency, and features in their respective products. This competitive spirit fosters a climate of rapid innovation in the chip industry, benefiting consumers and other tech companies that rely on these advancements. Looking ahead to future technology, Apple, Samsung, and Google are investing in various technologies that will shape the future of smartphones and the tech industry as a whole. One area of investment is artificial intelligence. All three companies are pouring billions of dollars into AI research and development. For example, Apple has been hiring AI experts and integrating AI features into their products. Similarly, Samsung has been showcasing AI-powered features at their CES booths, and Google is a leader in AI with its advanced language model, Bard, and its AI chip, the Tensor G3. Another area of investment is foldable displays. Samsung is a pioneer in this space, having released several generations of foldable phones. Apple is rumored to be working on a foldable iPhone, although its release date is uncertain. And Google has expressed interest in the technology, although they haven't announced any plans for a foldable Pixel phone yet. By investing in these future technologies, these companies are not only positioning themselves for future growth, but also laying the groundwork for potential collaborations. As these technologies evolve, Apple, Samsung, and Google may find opportunities to work together, sharing resources and expertise to overcome the challenges associated with bringing innovative products to market. However, their collaboration doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's important to consider the regulatory challenges, antitrust investigations, and public scrutiny that these companies face. Regulators around the world are increasingly scrutinizing the dominance of big tech companies, including Apple, Google, and Samsung. There have been investigations into their market practices and allegations of anti-competitive behavior. This regulatory environment creates pressure for these companies to diversify their partnerships and avoid overly close relationships that could raise antitrust concerns. Regulators may require these companies to operate more independently and avoid collaborations that could be perceived as anti-competitive. So why do they do it? Despite the risks and challenges, Apple, Samsung, and Google continue to collaborate. There are strong incentives for them to maintain a positive relationship and work together. Here's one compelling reason. Consumers benefit from competition. Having three major players in the market ensures that consumers have a variety of options to choose from. It means that there's constant innovation as each company tries to outdo the others. Consumers gain access to the latest technologies and features as companies compete for market share. And if one company doesn't meet consumer expectations, consumers can always switch to another brand. So there's a continuous drive to provide better products and services to satisfy customers. Another reason why they do it is because they don't have a choice. The global smartphone industry is highly saturated, which means there's limited room for expansion. Companies like Apple, Samsung, and Google have already captured a significant portion of the market and are facing challenges in terms of growth. To stay relevant and continue growing, these companies need to explore new avenues for innovation and expansion. They're investing in emerging markets, developing new product categories, and seeking opportunities in adjacent industries. To succeed in this endeavor, they must embrace collaboration. By working together, these companies can pool their resources, share expertise, and tap into new markets. Finally, let's not forget about the intangible benefits. Maintaining a relationship with your competitors may seem counterintuitive, but it can be a smart business move. By keeping the lines of communication open and fostering a sense of interdependence, companies can create a more stable and predictable competitive environment. Instead of constantly battling head-on, these companies can find ways to coexist and even thrive together. Cooperation allows them to focus on their core strengths and leave some areas of competition to others. This can lead to greater efficiency and a more sustainable competitive advantage. In conclusion, Apple, Samsung, and Google might be frenemies, but they're all bound together by their need for each other. From hardware dependencies to software partnerships, financial deals, innovation collaborations, supply chain realities, and future investments, these companies have created a complex web of interdependence. Yes, they compete fiercely, but they also secretly need each other to survive and thrive. Their relationship is a reminder that in the ever-evolving world of technology, cooperation and competition are not mutually exclusive. Sometimes the best strategy is to embrace both. What do you think? Do you see any other reasons why Apple, Samsung, and Google secretly need each other? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching till the end, and see you in the next video.